Hello, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. I'm so glad that you did. I hope you're all doing well and having a wonderful Thursday. Today, I am going to do a video creating the cover to the Little Ladies Journal that I've been making for the past several, I don't know, it seems like years, but it hasn't. I did, however, notice that I hadn't videoed in 10 days. Yesterday, when I uploaded my video, which took 4 hours. I don't know why. It uploaded just like that. It processed to 99% within, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes. And it sat on 99% for almost 4 hours. So, yeah, it went up pretty early this morning sometime. I'm not sure what time. But I'm hoping today's goes up a little bit faster. So in any event, yesterday I worked on finishing the ephemera and going through the journal and showing you the different things that I made and finishing it up. And then last night I finished putting the laces where I wanted them and the rest of the ephemera where I wanted that. And I added the belly band that I had done in a video several videos ago, and added my cards, my postcards that I wanted. And in this pocket here, I added these two, which have I know you can't probably see them in the video, but in any event, they have some glossy accents on them. So those go inside that pocket. This is tracing paper, in case you haven't seen this video. And these here are dried flowers. On the other one, they were stickers. I don't know if I mentioned that. I'm gonna do. Actually, I don't even remember if I put it in here. Well, maybe I didn't. There's a lot in this little journal, I'll tell you. I love it though. Anyway, oh, here it is. This is stickers. And then the other one is the dried flowers. And if you go back a couple of videos on Little Ladies, you'll see where I made those. They're not hard to make at all, and they're kind of fun actually. And so, yes, so I finished that up, added that, and oh, I added this doily. This is one of Angela's, and this card that I had made on a recent video, several videos ago, with the lace. When I was making my ephemera, I added that to this one because I thought the greens went well. So I did finish that page up without you. And then I added some cards to the pocket, to the envelope, and then we have another section of journaling pages, and this is some more of the seam binding that I used for a ruffle, and then the uptuck here. I don't think I put anything, no, actually I'm going to glue that now while I'm thinking of it, because I'm going to glue that up. The top is glued, so I might as well glue this down. I mean, I could use it for another pocket, but it's not necessary, and it gives it a little bit more strength, I think. And then this was the bag, some more lace, and then all of the lace, again, and all of the trims are from Angela Kerr. And then, let me just put my pin back because I don't want to misplace that. And yes, so we're done, and we're doing the cover. Now, this video might not go up because I've never done this journal before. This is my first time. I've never even seen how the cover goes on. So this is just me trying it. What I did, I thought about it, and I decided that I would add that one sheet of cardstock that I talked about in a previous video. Oh, I covered it. I had this cardstock, so I put 2 pieces together and glued them for this, which is the inside cover. And then the outside cover is the cardboard. Okay, so it's going to go on like so. And that will be our cover, okay? So I have one more to cover, and I was going to cover it off camera, and I thought, no, I have a lot of new people to junk journaling, and perhaps they'd like to see how I covered the cover, okay? So I'm going to do that now, and then we will put it together, okay? So I'll put that out of the way, and I'll put this out of the way. I did cover the back of that. I showed you last night the back. So what I do is I just take whatever I'm going to do for the cover and make sure that it, you know, has enough room to fold over, like this one. I don't need to cover this because it's going to have fabric underneath it, and this is going to go on top. So I didn't cover it, which I didn't really need to cover the back of that either, but I did. So that's that. I'm a little bit nervous, so be patient and be kind. Anyway, I did see the journal made by Corey Dahman. However, I've never seen anybody put it together. So this is just kind of me doing it, putting it together. So I might not do it right, or might not do it the way you've seen it done before. But that's okay. That's what it's all about, right? So what I do, I have this tool, which I love. And what it is, it's to make journals. And this gives me, like, if I was going to make a journal and I wanted this to be the cover and I wanted another cover, I place this here, and this gives me my room for this cover. Okay, so I know that my spine is going to be that wide. Now, I could make it wider. If I wanted a wider spine, then I'd just move it up like this, and that would be my wider spine. So I'd have, you know, the room to make the wider spine. This does so many things. It's very inexpensive. You can get them on Amazon in bookbinding or journal making, or I think it's bookbinding. If you look up bookbinding tools, you'll find this. It's a very, 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 very handy tool. I don't know what I would do without it because I can't measure. I just can't cut straight lines. I'm sorry. I just can't. So what I do is I make sure that I have enough room, which typically is at least an inch or half an inch of paper all the way around. And I didn't measure this, but it's about 3/4 of an inch. Okay. So that's going to be my paper. I just want to make sure it's right side up. It is, because I'm not going to cover both sides. So if it wasn't right side up, then I'd have to cover both sides, but I don't want to. And you don't want to wait for me to do that. So this is my handiest part of this tool, because what I do is I put this here, and then I take my pencil, excuse my reach, and I go across like this. And then I take my pencil, see how it fits right in that piece, and I go like this. And then I take it on this side, fit it in there, and do this. And now this is going to give me nice corners. See how nice those corners are? They're not, you know, they're nice and squared, if that's what I'm trying to say. So, and that just fits in there. And you can get smaller ones. You can get just this part as well. You don't have to buy like the whole tool, but I use this whole tool when I make journals. So it's a very, very handy, it's a very handy tool to have. And they don't cost a lot. So then I'll just put that aside. And then what I do is I take my glue. Sorry, I just have to turn on my iron, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take my pen out. I think my pen fell out. I just use this so I don't lose my pin. There we go. It's just a bow. And then I have this little piece here that I put glossy accents on so it doesn't get all bent. Oops, I forgot a corner. Hold on. I thought I had gotten all 4. Did you see me do all 4? I hope you're all having a good day. Okay, so there we go. All right, so now what I'm going to do, oops, I'm sorry for the noise. Oh, put my pencil away, keep my glue out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue right here on this corner, like so. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to simply go over it like this and press it down. Oh, I forgot to bring out my glue board, but I'll do that in a minute. And then this corner, I hope I'm in frame. I've been really trying hard to shorten my videos and be in frame. I think I've been in frame, at least when I watched my video today. As you know, I don't typically watch my videos before I put them up because otherwise they won't go up. If I think they're good, they go up. That's all. Otherwise, they probably never would. So I'm just going to kind of take my fingernail, not too hard. I mean, I don't want to rip the paper. And I'm just going to hold that till the glue sets. And then I'm going to spin it around. And I'm going to do this corner. And like I said, I know that a lot of you may have seen this done before. But like I said, I have a lot of new to junk journaling people. And, you know, my goal is to inspire them. And you, obviously, who are not new to junk journaling. I want to inspire you as well. So sometimes I may do something that, you know, you haven't seen done before. And it may, you know, give you some ideas as to try it. You know, try the way I do it. That's what I do when I watch videos. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. That's a good way to do it, or an easier way to do it. I'm always looking for easier ways, you know, and neater, so that my things come out a lot, you know, the way I really would like them to come out. So now those are glued down. Now what I'm going to do is just grab my mat. Oh, sorry, beside me. Because what I do next is I score it, because then I know I'll have a nice neat fold. And I'm hoping that this doesn't take forever. If it does, well, I'll do it again. I do check time. If I've gone over an hour, I won't put it up. I'll do it over. Or I just won't put it up. I'll wait for the next opportunity to put up something else. But I typically don't go over an hour. Sometimes I do, but it is what it is. So then the next thing I do is I take something to score it with and my ruler to hold it down. Here it is. I don't really need my ruler because this is good, you know, pretty good cardstock. I line this up with a line here. So I'm lining it up with that line. And I'm going to score it here. And then I'm going to flip it, line it up again, because you know, I don't do straight. I don't know why. I don't know why. I mean, you would never know I was a costumer at one point in my lifetime. Yes, I designed and made costumes for a theater. And you'd never know it by the way I craft with paper. And I made beautiful scrapbooks. You would think you know, scrapbooking is so much different. Don't go through your paper all the way. Just be very careful. I think I may have, no, I didn't, but I felt like I did. So don't, you know, I should be using a duller, you know, a more dull point. But anyway, I think I've scored everything. It feels like it. Yeah. So everything is scored. Now, what I can do is take my hands and pull this back like that. And see, by scoring it, it gives you this nice rounded, or, you know, it just gives you a nice edge when you're going over. I know you can't see that score line, but when you flip it over, it just, that score line really helps you to get as tight to this cardboard or whatever you're using for your cover. So I'm going to add some glue to here. And I'm going to go over this, you know, right here as well. And I'm going to go down this line where I scored it and up and just put some glue there, making sure I get my edge. And I'm using the Barely Arts. Thank you to all of my crafty friends for the suggestion of Barely Arts. I love it. So now I've got, you know, enough glue. I'm going to simply fold it over, press it down, and then I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm just going to give it a good press. And you could use anything. Actually, I prefer to use a credit card because it really, and I'm bringing the glue this way as well, making sure I get my edges. And I don't really care if it gets on here, it's fine. You're not going to see it, especially if you were to cover this side as well. And now I'm going to do the same thing over here. Go right to this corner and go right across like so, and then plenty of glue and just fold it over. Now notice I didn't put any glue on this piece. I'm just gluing down all my edges. You don't need to glue this part. I don't know if other people do. I've never watched anybody make a journal cover. This is just the way I've always done it. So, I mean, I've never watched this kind of process before. That's why I decided to do it. I'm sure there are 1,000 gazillion videos on how to do it, but you know, I don't make a lot of hardcover journals. I do a lot of fabric. I do a lot of paper bag, envelope. But I, you know, in the past, I made tons of hardcover journals. I have so many, and I've gifted a lot. And then I went to fabric, and that was just like a new beginning. It was like, wow, these are gorgeous. And I, you know, I have put fabric on cardstock before and sewn it. But anyway. I got a notification from YouTube Studio today. I just felt like, I don't know, how do I explain it? I saw it, you know, I got a notification, and I went to YouTube Studio. You know, I still have to answer comments, but I saw this and I was just like, what? And it was just congratulations and well done and what a year. And it had all these so exciting, beautiful, you know, colored, you know, photos, and you've reached over 2,000 subscribers. Congratulations. And I was like, oh my gosh. Because I've only been doing this for a year. And never, ever, 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 ever. Well, actually, let me reframe that. I did start doing videos, and then they were so bad that I stopped. I didn't have my camera set up right. I didn't have the right camera. It was just a disaster. So I didn't do them for a while. I would do them if I had a design team project to do, but otherwise I stayed away from it. But December was when I really started doing, videos as often as I do now. Except, I had some time when Lindsay was injured, my daughter, I took some time off. And then this past summer, I think I went like 3 months unable to video for, different reasons. But I was so excited. And they gave me all my stats, and it was very exciting. So thank you so much, everybody. I really appreciate it. So now that's all glued down. As I was talking and not telling you anything. I'm probably not telling you anything you don't already know anyway. So that takes care of that. Now, what I do, and you don't have to do this. I promise you do not have to do this. But I do because it gives me no lumps and bumps, and make sure my glue is spread evenly. So what I do is anytime, like when I covered these, okay, the cardstock, the 2 pieces of cardstock, I glued together. So I glued the complete piece of cardstock with PVA glue and then glued the other side to it. So I needed to make sure that there were no lumps and bumps in that. So that's why I use the iron, because it spreads my glue. So I just press the iron onto it like so. And it gives me no lumps and bumps, and it doesn't give me any warps. So that's what that does. You don't have to. It's just something I've always done. But I used to have to pull out. Now I can shut it off. I used to have to use my big iron, which was a pain in the neck. But my husband got me that last Christmas, and I was so excited. Because now I have a mini. So now I can put this away. And I think I'll bring this back up again because I'll be using glue. Okay, here we go. What time are we? Oh dear, 23. All right. So everything's covered. Now this shouldn't take long. Hopefully. Just making sure everything is nice and flat. And these two, no, this goes here. All right. So this goes here, and that's right side up. No, it's not. I don't know what's right side up and what's not. I guess it depends on how you like it. So I'll put this with this. I guess it's just different parts of paper. So I'll put this with this. Okay. So there's my cover. Here is this. I think I already, did I speak about this? I put in, yes, I did. Okay. Just because I thought it would give it more strength. Here we go. I found this doily. I know it's big, but I'm going to cut it down. So this we need for the spine. And I could have done all this off camera, but like I said, I want to be an inspiration, and I wanted to show you from start to finish. So you can speed ahead if you already know. I don't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this down because obviously I don't need it all. But I do want this to be in my center. This is just a vintage doily that a friend of mine's mom made. And she gifted me these doilies. So, and I love this one. She gifted me a lot of doilies, which was very nice of her. So now I'm going to cut it about here. And you're probably all saying, why are you cutting that doily? Well, it's got a few stains on it. So I chose this because of that. And I chose it because it was big enough. I'm just going to cut around it for now. And then making sure I don't cut any ribbons or anything. So I'm leaving enough to go inside my cover here. See, I'm leaving enough for that. But I want to keep this in the center. So let me just cut this around and then I can trim it, you know, up to meet the cover after. And I'll save this because it's good and it can be used for lots of things. Lots of things. I was actually going to use it for the closure as well, but then decided on something else, and I'll show you. Because I didn't want to do the button thing because I'm really not. I think maybe next time I'll put a button on it, but I thought about it and I thought, you know, to get it right, and I don't know. I'm going to use something else. I'm looking at it now thinking, well, maybe I will do the button. No, I'm not going to. All right, so now I know that this is going to be in the middle, and I'm holding it like this. Take my, making sure it's right side up. Hold on one moment. I think it is. Yeah. All right. So now I need this piece, which is shorter by a tiny bit, because I need to stick it under here, like so. Okay, so I'm going to stick this under here. I'm going to pull this down a little bit because I am going to now glue, making sure everything is upright. Yes, it is. I don't know how this cover goes. Angela, if you're watching, could you please yell and say it goes that way? I think that's going to look fine because it goes like this. This is the cover. This is the right side. Let me just check one more time. No, I think I'm going to do it this way. Okay. Okay, here goes. I've got this, you know, I can always stretch it a little bit. So now what I'm going to do is, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this and make sure it's even, top and bottom. Okay, so I'm just, you know, kind of tapping it like so. Can you see that in the camera? So I've got the same amount on both sides. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, just in case I need it, I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to spread it on this cardstock. I highly suggest sticking a piece of cardstock under here. I don't think the paper would be sturdy enough. And like I said, I've never seen one made, so I don't know for sure if in fact that's correct. You know, if you should put cardstock there or not. But I did, so. Now I'm going to run my glue right along that seam, like so. And then I'm going to run my glue up here and here. And keep in mind, this is not supposed to be really like a sturdy, it's very sturdy. It's not ever going to go anywhere. You're always going to have it. But I just think working with a piece of cardstock. It's not heavy cardstock, it's just a piece of cardstock. I'm going to move this out of the way. And I'm going to run my glue, so I have a good bead of glue there. And you could use glue stick as long as it's, you know, a permanent glue stick. I'm using this because I know that once it's down, it's not going to go anywhere. And this is my wrong side of the cover I made. This is the piece I put over the back. So now I'm just going to go like this. And of course, don't worry if it gets on there because it's going to be covered. And really hold it now so that it doesn't slip. You want it to stay where it is. Okay. And that looks good. So far, so good. Okay. All right. Now, you want to put your fabric, lace, doily, or whatever you're going to use. I did sketch this out and thought about it. So it's not going to be completely awful. So now what I'm going to do is leave enough so that you've got enough under here. My thought was to bring it all the way, but I didn't want to do that because then it would be, you know, raised up too high. So now I'm going to glue this part down, so I need fabric tack because it is fabric. So I'm going to use fabric tack for this. Push this aside. And I'm going to go along here, along my edge, along here, and just fill it in. Now this might get a little messy because it is a doily, so the glue, you know, is going to come out, but it dries pretty fast, so. I'm really excited about this journal. I love it. I'll give you the measurements when I'm done. I forgot to do that. But I just love it. I just love this journal. I love the size. I love everything about it. The color. So now I'm not going to press down hard because I don't want this to, you know, press down. I want my spine to be flexible like it's supposed to be. So I'm just going to pull this over and make sure my middle is where I want it. Now, if I was using lace, it wouldn't be a problem. But I didn't have a wide enough lace to be able to use lace. So I decided on a doily. Plus, I figured it would give me, you know, the strength that I needed in the doily as opposed to using, you know, a dainty lace or one of my antique laces or vintage laces. And Angela's, the lace I had from her wasn't wide enough. So what I did was I took two pieces and put them together, but it still wasn't wide enough because I want my spine to, you know, stay wide. You know what I mean? Because I want to still be able to put things in it and fill it up. Okay, I need my paper towel. Which, what did I do with it? Where's my paper towel? Oh, it's where it always is. I don't know why it was looking over there. And then you can just use hand sanitizer if you get any glue on your hands. It will take it right off. And this is just typical cheapest hand sanitizer. It's all the same. And I'm just going to make sure all of this is glued down good. And I don't mind that I got glue here because I'm going to be putting my cover on top of it. And I'm going to be using my Fabri-Tac. Because there's fabric in there, I need to use the Fabri-Tac. I haven't tested Barely Arts on fabric yet, so I don't know. The beauty of hand sanitizer. And I've been using hand sanitizer since COVID. It was not an accident, but see what I'm doing? I wiped my hands with hand sanitizer, and then I wiped my mat, and I was like, oh my gosh, that took the glue right off. And I've been using it ever since. It takes it off your scissors, anything sticky. I use it on my ink brushes, these. I haven't cleaned them in a while, but these, I clean them with the hand sanitizer, wash them with a little bit of soap and water, and they become white. Takes the ink off. I'm telling you, it's the greatest thing ever. Okay, I'm getting off track. Okay, so now I think I'll do the other side before I put that top on. What do you think? Good idea? Good idea. So I want this to be in the middle. I don't want it to be too tight, but I don't want it to be too loose either. And I want that to be in the middle. I don't know if it's going to be in the middle, but we'll try. So I'm just going to kind of go up like this. And like I said, I'll trim that off. So now I need my other underneath board, which is here. That's right. Put it underneath here. Oh goodness, this is going to take way longer than I thought. I'm so sorry. But it is what it is, right? Okay, so again, right inside this crease. Making sure I don't get it on my pretty fabric pocket. And then glue this. I'm pretty brave for doing something on camera that I've never done before, but I do that all the time. It's like, oh, just do it. Don't be a baby. If it doesn't work, it's paper. It's paper and cardboard. Like, it's not like it's, you know, something that can't be remedied. Although I did tear my first envelope journal, so anything can happen. Okay, so I'll take this, which is my wrong side. Flowers are going the way I want them to. And I'm going to, again, stand it up just to make sure everything is even, Steven. It looks it. And then I'm just going to press this down. Press my glue around. This isn't easy. It is, but it's, I'm very nervous, I must say. I'm very, very nervous. In case you can't tell. Okay. So there we go. That's down. All right. Now I'm going to bring this around like this. Making sure that I'm kind of squared off. I would have to pick a doily that had a flower right in the middle, right? Right. Dear. That looks good enough. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, Cheryl. Perfection went out the window when you started junk journaling. Remember? Remember. I'm just going to bring this way a little bit. Flip it over. Hold it. Glue it down. Just get with the program. Making sure that I have enough glue. And get my arm out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. I promise the next part will go just like that. So hopefully you'll stay. Okay, here we go. Oh, I'm sorry. I just forgot you. I did not forget you were here. I'm just concentrating and thinking, okay, do I have this all right? What's it going to look like when I finish? Okay, now, the next thing I'm going to do before I do anything else is I am going to take what I'm using as my closure, which is ribbon. Excuse me, my go-to. And I really am going to need a sip of water because my throat for the past 2 days has been killing me. I've been eating lozenges like they were candy. My husband's like, you know, I think you're only supposed to have like 2 of those a day. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't stand it. I feel like I have glass in my throat. But I don't feel real sick. I did have to rest today, I will admit that, but I don't feel like, you know, feverish or anything. Not like you'd catch it because I'm here and you're there, but... But you never know. We do catch things from each other in this community, for sure. It's like one comes down with the flu, everyone comes down with the flu. Oh dear. Okay, I think that's good. All right, how did it come out? Oh, good enough. I think that's pretty. Okay, so now what I have to do is I'll cut this to here because it has to be. I'm not cutting all the way to there. I'm cutting a little bit above it. I don't know if I need to do that or not, but I am. Can you see? I hope so. Here we go. And then this side. And see how I've got it sort of like this. I wish there was a video on how to do this. There is now. If you want to take the chance in going with me. Okay. I'm sure there is. I have no idea. I didn't research it enough. I did go on Pinterest. And I went way down a rabbit hole there. So I got off. A very, very long rabbit hole. It's like, oh, yes, I want to do that this year. When I have, like, all my videos ready for this year as to what I want to accomplish. Okay, let me just trim this. Well, I can do it later. I can do it, you know, once I get the top cover on. See what I need to do. Okay, so let's see what's the front, what's the back. Okay, this is my top. So now my flowers for my top have to go the same way. And, oh, almost forgot my closure. I'm using this ribbon, which is absolutely gorgeous. I didn't want to, trust me. I wanted to save it forever. This is from Angela Kerr, and it is the most gorgeous satin ribbon. And if you watch her videos, I don't know, I think she may be putting up a video this evening on finishing her Little Lady's journal, and I'm pretty sure she used this. So now what I'm going to do is, it doesn't bother me that I'm going to get glue on this, but I do need to make sure that it's in the center. I'm sorry, I really do need to make sure that this is in the center. So this is 6.5, and the ribbon is 1.5. So let's see, I need to make sure that the ribbon is, let's see, 1, 2, 3.5. Wait a minute, this 3, this 6, I need to move it down just a little bit. To make sure it's in the middle, which now it is. Okay, so sorry about that. And now what I'm going to do, I don't mind if the glue comes through the ribbon because you're not going to see it. I'm just going to glue that real quick right there so that I know that's the center. Oh. Is that not the most gorgeous ribbon? Sorry, I just know that it is. And I know you probably all agree. So I'm just going to glue this good because I don't want it to ever come out. And I'm going to pull it just a little bit this way so I can cover it. I didn't glue all the way to that edge. I just glued, you know, like here, because I don't want it to show when I put my cover on. The glue from the top cover will save that. Okay, so my next step is to put my cover on this way, making sure that both covers are going the right way. They are. Thank you, God. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Fabri-Tac for the whole thing. I was going to use both, but I just want to make sure my cover is where it's supposed to be. Okay. So I'm making sure that this cover and this cover are the same. There. Okay? So let's glue that. And I'm going to go ahead and use my Fabri-Tac. I know it won't warp it, which is good. You know, the PVA can warp it and you'd have to put it under a book. It's also fast drying and it takes to fabric very well. Can you tell I was a teacher? Can you tell I was a pre-K teacher? Yes, you can. Because I treat you like kindergartners and I know you're not, and I'm so sorry. I see other videos and it's like, they do so well. So then I'm just going to go ahead and yay, put it on and slide it so that this part here is even, and I'm using my fingers, and my top and my bottom are you know, where they're supposed to be. I'm just going to press that down. Yay. Whew, I can breathe. Water. I need water. Okay, just let that sit for just a moment because it dries pretty quickly. And I just want to make sure everything is even, which it looks like it is. And the doily did not lift that too much at all. I'm pressing my edges real good. Obviously, you can see that. So far, so good, people. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Where are we in time? Oh my gosh, we're almost an hour. I'm so sorry. You can move ahead. So I'm going to do the same thing to the front as I did to the back, which is going to be so easy. And then I'll trim up whatever I need to. So now I'm just going to take enough so I can have enough ribbon. I'd rather have too much than not enough before I cut it. Eeks. All right, I'm gonna cut it. Did you hear it cry? It's beautiful. It's just, I want to dress just like it. All right. So now I can just measure up where I have that ribbon, right? That's why I did it that way. Pull this way. I'm doing it so that you can see it. And that looks good to me. So I'll start from the back and I'll go to about there. And I might as well glue this while I'm at it so that I don't keep you. Now I'm going along my edge right here. I'm in frame. I'm going along my edge right here because I wasn't in frame. And I already went around this edge and that edge. Okay? I think that's good. Now, I'm going to have to turn it because I need to make sure that my ribbon is right where it should be. Because it has to be. Okay. Ooh. I don't think I've ever done this before. I mean, on video. Like, what am I, silly? But how can you do a mock-up? Well, you can, I suppose, if you're making two. Okay, I know that this is up, so I need my flowers to go this way. Oh dear. Yep. Nope. They need to go this way. And I'm going to feel it again with my fingers here and just press it down. Especially where that doily is. Let me just get the glue off my hands. I'm so sorry this took so long, but like I said, I wanted to make sure that anybody that's new saw the way I did it so that you can do it too. My goal is to inspire you to make one yourself. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. Okay, we're done with the Fabri-Tac. We're done with this. Okay. I didn't want to get any glue on the paper. That's why I cleaned my hands. And if you happen to get any glue on the paper, it will come right off, like I said, with a white eraser. I can feel a little bit right here where I had it on my hands, but not much. Just pressing this really good. I'll open it up, praying that everything is good and everything is even. Especially right here, I might have to add a little bit more glue to that where this is, but I don't know. It looks like it. So let me go ahead and do that. I'm just going to stick this in here because I don't think I got onto all the way where that is. It just doesn't feel like it's sitting. And this is Fabri-Tac as well. I just keep it in this little bottle for this specific reason. Now I'm going to press it down real good. I'm kind of pinching it real good with my fingers. Okay. Well, success. It worked. It's beautiful. I love it. And everything is right where I wanted it to be. So now I'll just take my scissors and I'll trim this side to there, but I'm going to leave this a little long, I think. Just a little bit, just a smidge. Don't want to cut this lace. That goes on one of the pieces of ephemera. It worked, people. I'm so excited. It looks darling. I love it. I'm allowed to say that, right? Right. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Can you? And I'll just cut this. And it looks like I may have to just put a stitch here. See where this is? Right here? I think I'll probably put a stitch here. Not right now, but I will put a stitch here because, you know, that's open and that scares me. Otherwise, I love it. There's your spine. And it is 2 inches wide. Let me just get this out of the way so that we can put it down and put my ribbon in over here, my ribbon, and what have you. There is our sweet journal. Okay, I have to cut this, making sure I don't get any glue on it. And then I'll just tie it up, but just want to make sure everything is even. It looks it. I really love it. It's sturdy. Even my signatures are nice and sturdy. They're not coming out. Nothing's coming apart. Nothing's tearing. Everything looks good. And it is a little wobbly, but it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be, you know, a really hard spine, if that makes sense. So now, I think all I'll do, I haven't decided if I'm going to put a topper on it or not. I haven't thought that far. But the next time you'll see it, if it has a topper, I'll show it to you. So now I'm just going to tie this bow. And I think I might do a double bow if I have enough ribbon. I should have probably left the whole thing and then cut it. I don't have enough. That's fine. So what do you think? Leave me a comment and let me know if you love it as much as I do. Because she's finished. Yay. I really love her. We have a few little bows peeking out the top. Here. A little yellow one. We have some laces on the side. We have a few laces on the bottom. Most of that is attached to ephemera, but I left it long on purpose. And here's our spine, the way I wanted it. Okay, that's it. She's done. Terrific. Yay. I'm very excited. I don't think I've ever taken such a risk on video, but this is going up. You don't have to stay for the whole thing. You can definitely, you know, well, it's a little late now because I'm just going to kind of, oops, wrong way. Sorry. No, oh gosh, what am I doing? Stop. It goes this way. Have you ever done that before? It's like, what am I doing? Oh my gosh, I just did it again. What am I doing? I am very nervous. It goes, no, it goes this way. There we go. Yes. She's beautiful. I love her. I can't wait to start using her. So that's it, folks. That's a journal. And that is a wrap for our little lady's journal. Oh, the measurements. And I will get to your comments, I promise. It is 6.5 by 5. And like I said, it's a 2-inch spine. A little over 2. It's 2 1/4. Isn't she sweet? She's so sweet. Okay, that's it. Thank you for stopping by. I love you all. I'm very excited. I did it. And I don't have to do another video and make more covers. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And save all your bits. Like I said, I was going to take it and use this and do a button closure, you know, but like I said, I just got too nervous and like, you know, yeah. My mat's even upside down. Look at that. Okay. Be well. Be kind. Be safe. And God bless. I love you all. Happy New Year again. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.